So I filmed a video. That video, while I was filming that video while I was driving, my camera app crashed. And, I was in the middle of driving, so I didn't want to, like, mess with my phone, other than the fact to start another video. I did click on the app again, start another video. And so that's what I did, and I don't know why, but I assumed it saved, instead of reiterating what I said, and so the video just kind of, like, started, and, like, it was like the video just kind of, like, starts with me continuing my rant, assuming that the other video had saved. I don't think I need to justify anything I said. I stand by everything I said. I rewatched the video, but, like, it just starts with me in the middle of, like, ranting about this girl on the billboard. The basics of that, if you didn't, the gist of it, if you didn't get that, was that, I passed by, I was driving down the freeway, whatever you want to call it, and there was this just billboard of this girl. It was, like, her face, and it said, "Congratulations, Madison, class 2020, and, like, I felt bad for her. I wasn't, like, trying to diss on her, but it was, like, I get that it's, like, something that, like, your family does, or maybe Snyder did it, I don't know, or, like, her high school, like, maybe they did it. I was just kind of, like, that's not for me. I wasn't trying to, like, diss on this chick for having her face on a billboard. I just wanted to reiterate that, because, like, it's obvious, like, in my mind, obviously I couldn't go back and watch my first video because it just, like, wasn't there. It was gone. It just wasn't there. So I just wanted to, like, say this so that you're not just, like, people aren't just, like, sitting there being like, what the freaking heck? Like, why are you hating on this girl who's her face on a billboard? It's just, it's not for me. Also, I'm parked in my driveway right now. I'm home now. Nobody's here either, so I don't really feel, like, the need to, like, go in. Actually, my family might be here. I don't know. I just dropped off my sister at a friend's house for, they're going to grad parties. She graduated today, and then after she came home, and then her and her friend, she was meeting her friend at her friend's house, and they were going to go to grad parties together tonight. Gonna have fun. So, I was dropping her off there. I think I'm just gonna reiterate what I said in the video that is non-existent, because it is no longer with us. Basically, I was talking, I talked about the one girl on the bulletin board. These videos are for all of my, mainly for my Minnesota friends, just to keep you updated, and I'm probably going to post them on YouTube, probably, just because, like, they're going to be too long for, to send to people in, like, text messages. It was, like, so I'm just going to post them there, you guys, so that there's, like, a channel be like, oh, want to go see an update for Corona? Here we go. I don't know how regular these are going to be. I hope that they'll be regular. I hope that they'll be enough for you guys to be like, oh yeah, I'm still here. And they'll probably be long because these, my thought process is a longer process. So, but yeah, it's just, I think, one thing I said in the first video, if I remember right, I talked about, like, driving and how, like, every time I drive, it's, like, I don't have my own car. I share a car with my dad. So it's, like, he pays for the gas. My parents pay for the insurance. I don't have a car in Minnesota. Just because at this point, like, I don't want to pay the extra. I don't need a car. I know a lot of people there who have cars and who can drive. If I need to ride somewhere, I have people who, can give me a ride there, or I even have people, friends in Minnesota who are like, oh, if you want to borrow my car, it was like, just let me know, and it was like, we can arrange something, which I am eternally grateful for. I've never taken anybody up on the offer, but, like, I'm eternally grateful for, but it was, like, staying in Minnesota, and then, like, staying there for 8 months, being there for 8 months, and then coming back for 4 months, like, during the summer kind of time and breaks, it's interesting to, like, all of a sudden, like, just be driving. Something that I didn't think I would take for granted. I never drove myself to high school. I wouldn't say I got my license late. I got it at 17. It was, like, the August before my junior year of high school. And that was more, I got it late, more out of the fact that we didn't have a car for me to drive. Like, it was like, I could get my license, but what car was I going to drive? It was, I don't know if anybody else's families do this, but, like, my family has, like, a nicer car that, like, my mom, it's our Ford Escape, which is the car my mom drives. My dad also kind of drives it, but, like, my dad and I share, a 2003 Dodge Caravan. God bless. But, it's just, like, I never drove myself to school. My dad would have the car, like, have our van for, like, he would drive himself to work, and my mom would drive us to school. So, like, I never drove myself to school, which many people would be like, oh, I'm so, like, oh, how, like, I remember many, people in high school would be like, oh, like, it was like, I love having a car, now I have my license, now I can go out and, like, drive somewhere, because it's my car, and I'm paying for it, and, like, and it was like, I never had that, which I'm not torn up about. Actually, I'm not at all torn up about that, but it's just, it's interesting now, like, being in Minnesota, like, having all these experiences, and then, like, coming home, and I don't know why, but it's like, since I didn't have, like, those usual, like, coming of age experiences, like, yes, I got my license, I got my permit, I got my license, I did, like, driver's training, but it was like, I would never, like, get in the car and, like, go meet people. Or it was, like, my parents would, like, usually, like, drop me off at somebody's house and somebody would bring me home. Or, like, I mean, sometimes I would drive. Like, if my dad wasn't using, our van, it was, like, I would drive it. So it's just, like, it was interesting coming home from school and, like, how freeing it was, where I was like, oh, yeah, I want to go see friends. And my dad's like, oh, yeah, just let me know. Like, it was, like, we share a car. And he's like, we share a car. He's like, you just let me know where you want to go. We're in I think it was just interesting, like, I think my parents saw, like, how much I grew in college. I mean, they already respected me as an adult and as a person, but it was just, like, I feel like there's so, I don't know, I just, driving a car is so liberating, especially because, like, I don't drive a car 8 months out of the year, and then I come back, and it's, like, I'm going to hang out with friends. I was like, oh, hey, can I hang out with friends? My dad's like, oh, yeah, just let me know. It was, like, he can sit during the day to drive for work, but it was, like, in the evenings, he's like, oh, you need the car, just let me know. And we'll trade, it was like, we'll trade keys. My dad will take the Escape, I'll take my van. I love this van so much. It's what you call homey. But it's, I don't know, it's just, it's so, I don't know, it's so freeing, where it's like, I don't just, like, get in our van and just drive nowhere. But it was like, my sister needed, my parents are at, a viewing right now for somebody who died at our church, but, and they needed me to drive my sister to, like, this friend's house, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna record my thoughts, like, for my friends. It was, like, our friends in Minnesota. I was like, I don't know, and anybody else who wants to watch, but, it was like, I was like, oh yeah, I'll just, like, do that on the way home. And then as I was, like, driving and talking, I was thinking about, it was like, how, like, it was like, yeah, like, usually when I go to visit friends, it was like, I'm, like, driving for maybe, like, 15 minutes at the least. It was, like, to get to people's, houses and where they live. And it was like, I'm realizing it was like, I spend a lot, like, I listen to audiobooks in the car. I listen to, 15 minutes isn't, like, a lot for me, whose brain is always, like, constantly going, like, 1,000% at a time, like, going a million miles an hour, every single second. It's like 15 minutes, I'm like, I don't know if I could sit here with nothing, because then I would create 5 different stories. I'd create apology letters for people. I'd create poetry, which is good. But, like, I listen to a lot of music, because also, like, when I'm in the car, nobody else is here, so I can sing as loud as I want, and I can be off key as much as I want. And I'm, like, realizing how much, I was like, man, it was, like, how much, like, time to yourself is really good, and just, like, how liberating it is to, like, drive in a car with nobody else. Or even when I'm with my sister in the car, that's nice, because it's just the two of us, and it's not, like, we're not bothering anybody at home. We're not, like, being too loud. But it's, like, it's nice. Well, also, like, that kind of goes along with, like, I think as I get older, the more I, like, recognize, like, time to myself, I'm, like, I think when I was, like, I didn't realize how much, like, I value time to myself, because I think, like, when I first went to college, I was, like, any moment, like, it was, like, any moment I can spend with people, I'm gonna go spend with people, I'm gonna do it, and now I'm just, like, I need my time to myself. Like, I mow my family's lawn it was, like, that's just my, well, I don't have a summer job right now. I'm working on that. I'm working on getting a summer job. It was like, I mow my family's lawn right now. And, like, my sister does not like mowing the lawn, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna mow the lawn. You're not gonna mow the lawn. Because it's like, it's gonna sound crazy. It's, who was that? Oh, hot diggity. Dang, okay. But, got distracted by somebody. But it was, like, I love mowing the lawn because nobody talks to you. I can listen to my music. The mower's loud enough, I can sing at the top of my lungs. Ain't gonna bother a soul. Like, it's also really satisfying. It, like, satisfies that, like, perfectionist in me. I don't know. Actually, I would not say I'm perfectionist, but, like, I kind of get OCD about things. And, like, with the lawn, if people don't mow their lawns properly, that bothers. No, I do not mow our lawn perfectly, but it was like, it's in straight lines. It was like, it's in straight lines. It's good. But it was like, I just think, it's just like, it's satisfying for me, especially when the grass is long and you mow it. I'm like, oh, this is so satisfying. And also, nobody talks to me for an hour and a half to 2 hours because I'm mowing. And, like, I feel like that's, like, my alone time. Like, I'm usually, like, if my family watches this, they're gonna critique me, but it was like, yes, I sit alone in my room a lot. Like, usually I'm alone in my room. I mean, I talk to my family. It's not like I'm, like, door closed, ignoring them. But it was, like, people also, like, call me. I FaceTime with people, too. Even though I might be alone in my room, like, I might be FaceTiming, you know, a friend or somebody, or reading a book or something like that. But it was, like, I think it's just, like, having a moment where it's, like, nobody's gonna bother you right now because you're mowing. And it was, like, anything could wait because you're in the middle of something. It's also, like, a feeling of completion almost. Like, it's, like, a thing in my life where it was, like, another thing that I can, like, complete and check off the list. It's very nice. I like mowing. Anyways, this video is now longer than I originally intended it to be. So that means that this one will also probably go up on YouTube. I do not know if I'm going to post it before or after my, the video that I filmed before this. I'll probably post them both at the same time. I'm not going to post them at separate times. That'd just be weird because I referred to both of these videos together. So, anyways, I love you all and I appreciate you all and I hope to FaceTime or see you guys soon.